I only practiced the song for a few minutes before attempting to play it, so see if you can catch all the mistakes. We're going to attempt to wrap 2 stones today. We have regular needle nose pliers, regular cutters, and some round nose pliers, 18 gauge, non-tarnished silver plated wire from Parawire. And we have these 2 stones. This is Lapis Lazuli. It has a nice faceted octagon shape and it's drilled straight through. This also similar, but this is blue Apatite, which has more of a turquoise color, both all natural. And this is also drilled straight through. You've probably seen these videos before, but if not, the goal is to take one piece of wire, maybe 3 feet long, put the stone in the very middle of the wire with equal amounts on each side, and then make a loop at one end, bend the other end, and then have the 2 wires dance around the stone in front and back, go around however we like. Have the 2 strands separate, come back together, swirl around each other, and eventually come back up to that first loop at the top and wrap around the loop to end it, and then cut the ends, tuck them into the loop. We call that scarfing it, pretending the loop is a face and we're wrapping a scarf around at the end. And then we're done. And we're going to do that with this stone and this stone, but with 2 different patterns. And this particular camera just loves to go out of focus, so try to bear with it. All right, here goes. You don't have to use 18 gauge, you could use 20. 20 is my go-to, but 18 has kind of a heavier presence, and you can go off the stone and do more crazy stuff and not worry about it being weak or fragile or snaggable. So I really like 18 when I can use it. Not every stone is drilled with a hole big enough to take 18, so 20 would work for this, probably just as well. Anyway, we have the 2 ends together like that, so we know we're in the very middle of the stone, and we're just going to bend each one to crimp the stone in place, going the opposite direction. This one, we decided this is the top of our stone, and this is the front of our stone, so you can take your round nose pliers, you can take a pen, whatever you want. I just do it around my finger. I make my loop like so, and then I make it a little bigger than I want, and then I give it 1 twist to lock it in place, and there we have it. Now I'm going to bring this one down to face the other one, and I'm going to bring this one up, and I'm going to cross them to make my signature swirl at the bottom of the stone, which is how I like to start a lot of these. It just is a pattern that works. I do it over and over and over, and I could probably do it over and over and over for the next 40 years and still sell these necklaces because it's just, I don't know, it works. So I make my swirl as tight or as loose as I want. Sometimes I'll mess with it a little bit. And I also make it as big or small as I want. I go around as many times as I feel like. So I'm coming off the stone a little bit, and I don't care. And now, what do? I don't know. I'll decide in the moment what I feel like doing. The wires dance together. They dance separately. They're like ice skaters. Sometimes they're together. Sometimes they're apart. Now this could end the wrap right there. That's elegant and pretty enough. And maybe it will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. You don't believe me? You think I planned all this? Nope. I haven't even decided yet. But I'm going to wrap this one once around the top loop to anchor it in place. I'm going to wrap this one over the shoulder. So we have some pretty elegance going on already, right? Now what are we going to do? I don't know. I can do whatever I want. I'm in charge. I think I'm going to bring this one down here, across the back, have him come back around like here. So I'll have to bring this one from the opposite side so I can lock them in. Ooh, this is something different. I've never tried this quite exactly like this. And I think I'm going to swirl this one like that and have this one come across and catch up to the partner like that. And then they're going to make a loop-de-loop right there. Kind of push it right in place like that. Ooh, I love it. I love it. And I filled in that blank spot right there. And we're going to have them go like this off the stone again. Back up to the top like that. And then we will complete the wrap, holding everything in place tight, folding the two strands around our top loop like this, and come around a few times till we're happy, till it comes about halfway up the loop. And now we will cut the strands, check the back. Is anything snaggable? Yeah, it is a little bit snaggable. I don't like these two ends kind of floating that much. Everything is a little bit snaggable, but it's not terrible. But these are kind of floating too much. So what can we do? Well, we still have a little bit of this wire left. Come down like this, and we'll loop it through both of these. Lift it up with our fingernail and get it under. And let's see if we can tie them down in place a little better. Who knows? This might work. It might not. That's part of the fun. We never know. Okay. Huh, that's interesting. I don't even know what just happened there. But look, everything's not moving now. It's all tied down. So I'm going to, now this strand was already finished, so I'm going to cut this off and just tuck it. Just pinch it right down into the bowl. Now this strand is coming up like this, and I think I'm going to wrap it around here one more time, just so it's a little safer, and then tuck it in. There we go. Good. Good. Fun. It's a fun wrap. I don't like this showing back here, so I'm just going to crimp it out of the way. It kind of strengthens it too. Adding little crimps here and there can strengthen it, but look, now that's floating up in the air, so I'm going to, how do we get that back? Oh, I'll crimp it the other way. There we go. That is locked in better. It looks a little ugly in the back, but everything is locked in much better. That's still floating a tiny bit, but it's much better. And I'm happy with this front. I think it's good. I like it. Give that a little more of a curve. All right, that'll work. Push that down. Give this some jump rings. And a nice chain. And there we have it. Next one, blue apatite. This is a gorgeous stone. Again, we're going to take about 3 feet. Probably not going to use all that, maybe 2.5. A little less than a meter for people in Meterville. And we're going to do pretty much the same pattern, but I might have a little more fun doing something different with it than the first one. I like how these strands come out at different angles all across there. And as you make many, many pieces, you'll find that you really like certain angles, and you find that you like certain swirls, and certain things work and certain things don't. And that just comes from making hundreds of pieces. There's no shortcut, really. I crimped this one just to pull everything tighter together. I could crimp this one too, it's not really necessary, but sometimes crimping pulls everything tighter, and the back you don't really care about as much, so you can put your crimps back there. If you put the crimps in the front, it's going to change the design. You might like that, but in this case I wanted nice smooth curves. All right, so there's our second one. We're going to put the jump rings again. Ooh, I didn't tuck these in well enough. Let me tuck them a little better. Boom. There we go. Now they're deep, not only in this little bowl made by the scarf, but deep, deep inside. And we'll put our jump rings and pick another pretty chain. There we have it. Please tune in next time to Matt attempts to play the piano and wrap a couple stones at the same time. Thanks for hanging out. Goodbye.